the Boise Creative and Improvised Music Festival, we're in our 5th year now.
Okay.
And we actually had a name change in the 4th year. It used to be called the Boise Experimental Music Festival. And just because, the type of musicians and artists that were coming in, and just the tone changed a little bit, and decided to change the name to reflect, basically the types of musicians that were coming in. But essentially, I started this festival because I was really into improvisational music and experimental music and avant-garde music and free jazz, a variety of similar genres. And I just thought it would be a great opportunity to educate people in Boise and the Treasure Valley and educate their ears on this style of music. But also, I think it provides a great networking opportunity for musicians. So we get people that come in from all over North America. We've had people come in from Canada, from the UK, from Germany.
All the way to Boise?
All the way to Boise.
Wow. On
their own dime to play. This is how important this genre is to these performers. They really value being able to be with their peers. And so there's only a small handful of these types of festivals or conferences that feature this style of music. So people will, like I said, they'll fly on their own dime to be together and play. So it's worked out really good. We're in our 5th year, and I plan on going indefinitely. And I hope to have a 10-year reunion someday.
Now, do they practice? Explain what the music's about.
Yeah, so most of the music, I would say, 95% of what you hear at this festival is all freely improvised. Now, I kind of have to qualify that a bit because it's not like they're just going up and they're playing random notes. I mean, there is some intentionality behind the music, which would be the difference between what they're doing and an amateur just going up and banging on the guitar or the drums, just making noise. But some people, when they hear the music for the first time, it does sound really chaotic and like it has no rhyme or reason. So it takes a while for them to kind of get into the feel of it. But basically, most of the musicians that come here are all know their instruments very well. Some of them have a jazz background or a classical background. Technically, they can play just about anything.
Right.
So what they're doing is there's really no rehearsal. Most of what you hear, it's all spontaneous. It's basically like it's like a dialogue. So you get up on the stage and you're with someone, maybe you haven't played with them before. You both have a bag of tools that you bring with you to the stage, right? You have all your technical ability, you have your emotion, your intellect, your creativity, right? That's what you come with. That's your palette. It's almost like like an artist. And you start a conversation. So someone might play, just spontaneously create some sort of melody, and someone else will react to it, or maybe it's not melodic, maybe it's atonal. Anything goes, basically. But the point is that when we get together, it is like a musical conversation. So there's a lot of listening, because you can't respond to someone if you're just kind of doing your own thing and so forth. So
it seems challenging?
It's very difficult because, and this is, I think, would help people understand the nature of this music, is that you have to think really very quickly. So if you're trying to listen to someone and to respond with a musical idea that complements what they're doing, or maybe it doesn't complement, maybe that's your intention, that's fine. You have to be able to execute and think very quickly on your feet, and you have to have the technical ability to be able to do it. So that's why I think you see a lot of people with a jazz and a classical background, because they already have that technical ability. They hear something in their head, they feel it, they can play it in a nanosecond and execute on it, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting. It's, for me, when I got into this music, the more I played it, it's addictive. It's really addictive.
I never heard of it, and it's unique. I love unique stuff.
Yeah, it is very unique, and I think what's challenging for most people about this music is that usually when people go to they hear a concert performance, they're searching for the familiar, right? And by nature, people tend to gravitate towards things that are familiar to them. So a familiar melody, a rhythm, something that they can latch onto, right? So we kind of have to re-educate people and reset expectations on what they're going to hear with this music. It's not about coming and hearing something that you've heard before, right? It's more about being challenged emotionally and intellectually. So people sit down and listen to this music, just remove all the preconceptions they have about music and just soak it in and respond to it emotionally. Sometimes it may be, people may not like what they hear. That's fine. You know, art is about creating emotion, negative or positive. It doesn't have to be.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Yes. So it's really, they have to sort of remove all those preconceptions and biases about what music is and just take it for what it is.
Have you had a lot of response from this every year? I mean, who listens to it? I mean, jazz people or I mean, who?
It's across the board.
Is it?
I don't think there's any. I don't think you can pigeonhole a demographic here.
You can't really categorize it.
Young people, old people, people that like jazz or classical. It's like it's really blurry and fuzzy. I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't seem to be a target audience for this, which makes it difficult as a promoter.
Right.
Because it's really fuzzy. So I tend to think though that maybe the younger generation might be more open to this music, but they're also hard to get to from a marketing standpoint.
Right.
So I'm trying to rely on social networking and so forth.
Now there's like only a handful of concerts that happens around the United States about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, they're all over the world, but in the United States, I don't know the exact numbers, but there's definitely, I would say there's less than 10 annual festivals, definitely less than 10 that focus exclusively on these genres of music.
Same time every year?
It is. It's usually the third weekend of April.
Okay.
Although, I mean, that could change. I try to mix things up every year. So last year and the year before, I had it at the El Cora venue. It's a really nice ballroom style with the stage. Worked all right. I have it at the venue this year. And I may decide to go to more of a hotel, nicer hotel, where you have a ballroom for the concerts and we can do more lectures. So make it almost like a conference/festival.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring speakers in. That way we can educate people on the nature of the music. Then they can go hear it in the evening.
That right there. Yeah. That would work. I believe that would work.
All in one hotel. You know, all the musicians are staying there. You have the lounge. It's a whole vibe all in one central place.
Right.
So I'm thinking about doing that next year.
Do that and also put it on videos, and then you can.
Yep.
So the year after, they can see what happened the year before.
Oh, that's a good point. Is if you go to our website. There's videos from every single year, and plus all the recordings. MP3s are on the website.
Which website?
The festival's website. It's www.b-cimf.com. B-cimf.com.